Good afternoon, Democrats. As you can see, I have been asked by our illustrious Madam Chair to go ahead and pitch hits for her on this day, International Women's Day. So a shout out to all of the amazing women that are doing the work, that are sustaining society, and are pushing for democracy. I can't think of a better way to go ahead and start and talk about who sits at the helm of the Oklahoma Democratic Party, and that is Madam Alicia Andrews. Alicia is historic in her own right, being the first African American person to ever serve as chair. She is a Black woman, and she is the most dynamic administrator that I know. So I think it's only appropriate that we first celebrate Alicia Andrews on this International Women's Day, especially while she is doing the work of the Oklahoma Democratic Party in DC. So we say hello and thank you, and we salute you, Alicia Andrews. The Oklahoma Democratic Party is full of women who are pushing for democracy, full of women who are making change, and full of women who are committed to making sure that the Democrats are elected, they are doing the jobs that we need, and that they are giving great representation to all of us. There are many women that are serving in the Oklahoma legislature and in various positions all across this great state. So how about we just sit here for a moment and think about all of the women that you can think that are serving in that capacity, and just send them out some good energy and a lot of gratitude. One of the women I can think of is Jana Harkins, who also is the president of the Oklahoma Federation of Democratic Women. We have women who are at the helm of the Veterans Federation, the indigenous or native people, I believe the Hispanic Federation, and forgive me, I've taken some sinus medication, which I just realized I should not have done. So I hope that I'm coming across clear. So many women that are working in this party that do great things. But even outside of the party, there are women that are doing the work with democracy. We have women-owned businesses. We have women-led organizations, nonprofits that are making sure that everything is running as smooth as possible in this state of Oklahoma and abroad. How lucky are we? Even the poet laureate of the United States is a woman, Joy Harjo, from Oklahoma. So such a complex plethora of women to celebrate on a daily basis, because just like Black History Month, I don't think we could contain the magnificence and the contributions that women do to just one day. Most of the women that I have the privilege of interacting with and working with, they are always committed to making sure that all of the factions that we participate in are inclusive. Inclusivity is surely a woman thing. I mean, those women, wombed persons, people who identify as women, they have birthed creation. So surely we can trust them to go ahead and sustain it. I hope you would agree. Some of the legislation, I'm not going to bring up bill numbers because I'm just not as efficient as Madam Chair, but some of the legislation that we're seeing is just, it's pushing the patriarchal powers that be are really showing their fragility. I'm sorry to say that, but they really are when they talk about when they want to minimize the impact and the ability for women to make choices about their bodies, about their families, about what is happening here in this state. And they want to erase that voice. That is never okay. That is not inclusive. And that never has been something that was woman led. So I encourage you, if you are a woman, if you want to work with the Oklahoma Dems, and if you are a feminist and understand that women also belong in leadership, they belong in the pulpits, they belong at the helms of businesses, they belong at the head of the party. Especially women of color. I've always been a strong advocate for women of color having the voice that they deserve and being able to lead effectively because they have support. We're inviting you to get involved, to engage, help us. I say every day that we should all be recruit strong women who are wanting to run. Run yourself. If you decide you don't want to run, but you want to be part of the process after you recruit, go ahead and support that candidate and donate to those candidates. These campaigns and this work cannot be done without financial support. How many women would be on that ballot if they had appropriate support? I can think of a number of them. And so let us continue to encourage them to run. We need more women Democrats at the helms all across this state. I was going to play a video for you that talked about the strength of women. But I don't think that there's anything that could relay it more than thinking about so many of the things that women have accomplished, even just within the past year. How many mothers use their ingenuity and women use their ingenuity in a pandemic? Were we the ones that literally helped everyone through this process that we're not through and made sure that our families were safe, were sustained, and just getting things done? Women get things done. So I've been on here a little bit longer than I planned. I just want to say to all of the women that happy International Women's Day. Continue to do the work. I didn't see the comment. You know what, Kirsten, I understand people that there are lots of issues to where it can be somewhat frightful to work, but your voice matters. Your contribution can matter. And I would say to call the party and let's talk about what having you looks like, having you run would look like, and the type of support that you need. They have wonderful training opportunities as well. The ODP office is 405-427-3366. So please ask your friends, ask your family, ask your community. Let's rally, let's get more Democrats elected, and let's certainly elect more women. This is all that I have for you today. I want to say continue to celebrate yourselves. I appreciate all of the contributions, and I salute you myself. Again, another and last shout out to our illustrious Madam Chair, Alicia Andrews. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being the epitome and the example of an amazing Renaissance woman and a woman of today. Bye, Democrats.